Hi friends, this is Editing Sarah jumping in before this video starts. So I typically would never do something like this just because I feel like trigger warnings are really individual and some people can be triggered, but I know that this is a big trigger for a lot of people and I know it is for me as well. So this is not going to be a typical vlog. Well, it is and it isn't. I do have the first clip of this vlog is difficult. Was difficult to talk about, was difficult to go through. I'm gonna start crying again. Trigger warning for loss of a pet. But it gets better, and I do talk about some books that I did get in the mail yesterday, which kind of helped cheer me up a little bit. But I just wanted to put this out there before this vlog starts that yeah, it's been a rough couple of days, guys. And I thank all of you for your support. You're all like family. I didn't officially end this vlog, which is why I'm kind of putting this at the beginning. But I thank you all so much. I feel like you're friends, and this is the kind of thing I would share with my friends. So yeah, thank you again, guys. Hi BookTube! My name is Sarah, and welcome to The Bookish Knitter. Today I'm coming to you with another daily reading vlog. Today is the 16th of September, and it is almost 10 o'clock in the morning. I have to go have breakfast. It's the one thing I haven't done yet today. We've already had a bit of a very difficult morning. We had to make the decision this morning and put Bernard down. It was a last minute. He'd been losing weight. We knew he was like sick. He was old. He was 18. You know, we knew that it was inevitable and that it was coming, but he had slowed down a lot. And then this morning he didn't want to eat breakfast at all. And then we noticed that he was being sick a lot. And Garrett noticed that I was in the shower, and when I was done in the shower, Garrett's like, you got to come down and see this. And the poor guy couldn't even stand up. He would stand up and he'd like collapse back over again, and he was panting, so he's having trouble breathing. So we called the emergency vet clinic because our vet's office was not going to be open until 10 o'clock, and I did not want him to suffer for 1 minute more than he had to. It was time. It was absolutely time, and so we called this emergency clinic. They got us in right away, and it was, you know, it is what it is. It's the hardest, as a pet owner, it's the hardest decision to make. But I did not want any, you know, extraordinary measures to be done, kind of an idea. Like, we knew it was time, and we just wanted to let him go. And the vet's office agreed. They took one look at him and just said, yeah, no, he was sick. But he went down fighting. They said when they took him to the back to put the IV in him, he was none too happy, let's put it that way. And he had always been a fighter. So anyway, I'm glad the other day for the vlog, I got him on camera with me. Sorry. Pet owners will understand. He was a good boy. And I'm sorry for this sad start to the vlog. I promise it's going to get better. I just needed to get all this out. Like, even though I knew it was coming, it does not make it any easier. Do you know what I mean? So I got Presley here beside me. Garrett and I talked in the car. We said maybe in a month or two we might think about getting Press a friend. We're going to see how long it takes him to start to kind of miss Bernard. Him and Bernard were never exactly friends. I mean, Bernard was a senior cat, and Presley's, like I said, Bernard was 18. Presley's only 3. So, ow, why are you biting me? So, he needs someone his own age that he can play with, maybe. So, we're going to see, and maybe in a month or two, we're going to think it might be sooner, might be later, we don't know. You know, you can't replace an animal. We're not replacing Bernard, but we're giving another cat a home, is the way I look at it. So anyway, vlog will get better. Thank you for listening to me, because I know a lot of you loved him. And we're really going to miss him. I'm going to go. Before I start crying again, I need to make my breakfast. But I will talk to you in a little bit, guys. Bye. Hi, friends. It is now almost 6 o'clock at night. Garrett and I have been out all day, just kind of doing some running around and what have you. And then I came home and I had a headache, so I lay down, had another nap. Still trying to recover from the hospital the other day. Yeah, and then of course what happened today was difficult. And here comes Presley. Pushing open the door and wandering his way in. It's been a rough day. I mean, as you guys saw in my previous clip, it's been a rough day. I haven't gotten any reading done or anything like that. You know, we miss him a great deal. This part of me, though, had been ready for this for a while. Like, I knew he was getting really sick, or I knew, not really sick, he was getting old. And my thing was always, as soon as he's in pain, that was going to be it. But literally up until this morning, like last night, he was no different than he had been recently. I mean, other than the fact that he had slowed down a great deal and that he had lost so much weight. But he wasn't in any pain. My husband said last night he sat with him in the basement, and then when Garrett went to bed, Bernard came upstairs. I think he was laying with me for a bit, but I really don't remember because I was that tired last night after getting home. And then this morning, it's when it just all kind of fell apart and he couldn't stand up. He, was refusing food, treats. He would not stop getting sick. And it was just liquid. And I mean, even the vet's office said yeah. And I think at that point, I think he was ready for us to be ready. I had been, like I said, I knew this was coming. When I got out of the shower this morning and Garrett said, you need to come down and see him. I was extremely sad, but I wasn't surprised, if that makes sense. And it was just a few days ago that Garrett and I had a discussion. And, I know it was a lot harder for him because he was Garrett's buddy. When we went to the shelter and picked Bernard out, we didn't pick him out. He picked Garrett. Like, in the shelter that we went to, this was way pre-COVID, there was a big room with all the cats, and you could let them out of their enclosures, and they would come, and Bernard came right and sat right on Garrett's lap. The two of them were bonded right from the start, so I know it was a lot harder on him than it was on me to finally admit that it was time, and I think this morning, he knew as well, and the both of us were in the room, and it's been a rough day, and I did not mean for this vlog to be depressing. So let's cheer it up a bit, shall we? I mean, this is life. I am so happy. I think I said in my last clip that I got that video of him with me. That, even with Goran, for those of you who have been around long enough know that we lost Goran a couple of years ago, my other cat. And I'm so glad that I have video of him on these vlogs and things like that. Like some people are like, oh, you do these daily vlogs, but I think a part of me is kind of happy that I do now because I have that great video footage of Bernard. A lot of people take pictures of their animals and just leave them on their phone, which is fine. But I'm putting mine out there, and so many of you loved him and showed your love for him, and thank you. Thank you. But guys, I got some book mail. Before I start crying again, I'm going to cover up my address. I did place an order through Indigo the other day, well before any of this happened, because they had a big promotion on, which was if you spend more than $50, you got 10 times the rewards points. So I got enough rewards points. This is coming in 2 orders, so I got this order today, and then I'll get another order Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I can't remember what day. I ordered 4 books in total, and I got enough points from those 4 books, I think for $10 off, like with my reward points. So I'll consider that a win. Plus my points that I had, plus the fact that I do hold the rewards, like I pay for the rewards thing through Indigo, that I had enough, like I saved enough because I save so much every, because I think 2 out of the 4 books were Indigo bestsellers, and all their bestsellers were 30% off. Plus, I got an additional 10% off, so it was 40% off. So I, basically got $20 off this order. So, 3 books or 4 books, and I got back $10 in points. And then for my discount, I saved another $20. So that's $30. That's a book. So, I'll consider it a win. So sorry for the camera shaking. I'm trying to open this box, and when I'm done, I will get some video or not, of the Presley. All the doors now can be open upstairs. Unfortunately, Bernard had a problem with peeing on things. As much as I loved him, that was really, really annoying. So the door in this room always stayed closed, and that was the reason why I had no books originally on the bottom shelves, because he had destroyed some of them, unfortunately, quite some time ago. Now, fortunately, we can leave doors open, and Presley is very happy with that. He's going from bedroom to bedroom, checking the place out like, ooh, Narnia! So let's have a look at the 2 books. Yay! So, ooh, I did not know this one had sprayed edges. Oh, that makes me extra excited. So we have Playing the Witch card by K.J. Dell'Antonia. I talked about this one in my Witches Need Love 2 readathon announcement, that this is one that I am going to be reading. I am very excited. 3 Generations of Magic, 2 Rogue X's, 1 Tarot deck. The perfect recipe for chaos. Flare Hardwick knows 3 things. Magic is real, love isn't, and relying on either ends in disaster. So while she's grateful for the chance to finally take over her grandmother's Kansas bakery after she finally leaves her cheating husband, she won't be embracing Nana's fortune-telling side hustle. Hers is strictly a no-magic operation, until the innocent batch of tarot card cookies Flare bakes for the town's Halloween celebration, oh, this has to get read in October, unleashes the power of the family deck, luring Flare's unpredictable mother to town, tempting Flare's magic-obsessed daughter, and bringing back Flare's first love, while ensnaring her ex in a curse she can't break. Oh, that sounds so amazing. I want to read this right now. This is definitely going on the list for October. Guaranteed. One more of the witch books. And this one I saw. It's not a witch-related book, but my gosh, you guys, it sounds so good. It's got sprayed edges. I don't think I've ever had a book that's had sprayed edges before, other than those really old Harlequins that I get. This is Assistant to the Villain by Hannah Nicole Mailer? Assistant Wanted. Notorious high-ranking villain seeks loyal, level-headed assistant for unspecified office duties, supporting staff for random mayhem and terror, and other dark things in general. Discretion is a must. Excellent benefits. With ailing family to support, Evie Sage's employment status isn't just important, it's vital. So when a mishap with Renaudon's most infamous villain results in a job offer, naturally she says yes. No job is perfect, of course, but even less so when you develop a teeny crush on your terrifying, temperamental, and undeniably hot boss. Don't find evil so attractive, Evie. But just when she's getting used to severed heads suspended from the ceiling and the odd squeamish of an errant eyeball beneath her feet, Evie suspects this dungeon has a huge rat. And not just the literal kind, because something rotten is growing up in the kingdom, and someone wants to take the villain and his entire nefarious empire out. Now Evie must not only resist drooling over her boss, but also figure out exactly who is sabotaging his work, and ensure he makes them pay. After all, a good job is hard to find. So yeah, I just thought this sounded so funny because so recently I discovered this guy on Instagram named Daniel Fox with 2 X's. He's a comedian out of the UK. He does some amazing bits. Like he does these like little videos for Instagram, and one of them is where he is like the assistant to like the devil. the devil's gay assistant. That's what it is. They are unbelievably hilarious. Unbelievably hilarious. Look him up on Instagram. I'll try and remember to leave his Instagram name below. Like I said, I just came across him randomly and now I follow him. And he does some other great bits where it's like, welcome to hell. Like, you know, where if you suddenly arrive there, he's like showing you around. He's so amazing. Anyway, but those bits reminded me when I read about this, I'm like, oh my God, that reminds me of that, you know, those bits. So I am very much looking forward to this one. I do not think that this will be an October book, mainly because I'm trying to stick to the witchiness and the middle grade Halloween readathon that's being hosted by Storm, but still, again, it's got sprayed edges. I was wondering why the picture online was showing it kind of like this, in opposed to just the cover. Like they had it, like the picture was almost turned, but I guess that was to show off the sprayed edges. So I'm excited, you guys. I'm very excited for this one. Anyway, I still haven't done any reading yet. I hope to get at least a chapter or 2 read before bed tonight. I've been off my reading game for the last couple days for obvious reasons. But I hope to get back to it at least tomorrow. But I will probably check in with the vlog one more time. I actually may go over to Chapters now. I feel like I need some retail therapy. So anyway, guys, I will update you later. Bye. And here he is for your viewing delight, the Presley cat. We may be trying to find some friends for him. So that's a thing that's happening. Anyway, he's begging for treats right now. So how can I say no to that face?